you've been talking about ultra-high risk relapsed or refractory chronic lymphocytic leukemia and using an agent, venetoclax. What were you trying to establish here? What was the big issue you were investigating?
Right. Chronic lymphocytic leukemia, or CLL, can be characterized by various features. One of the key adverse markers is the 17p deletion that is destroying the TP53 tumor suppressor gene. We know that these patients don't respond to conventional chemotherapy and their survival, unfortunately, is poor. So in this population, we need to develop new treatment options. And the treatment option under study here is venetoclax, targeting BCL2, a key biological feature of the CLL cells.
Right. So what's the option for targeting BCL2 if you don't have venetoclax then?
Well, venetoclax is kind of a first-in-class drug that really works. BCL2 is highly expressed in CLL cells, so it's really an attractive target, and venetoclax is really the first agent available clinically that is doing that job.
Okay, so in this first opportunity then, what did you do in the study?
So this study was defined by patients who failed chemotherapy and who had the 17p deletion. So this very high-risk population was in this international effort homogeneously treated with a single agent oral therapy with venetoclax. This treatment is tremendously well tolerated. It needs to be handled with care because it induces remissions very rapidly, but if so, it can achieve very good outcome for the patients.
Can you run me through the numbers? What were the improvements in remission? What were the remission rates?
So 107 patients were enrolled on the trial. The overall response rate, as established by an independent review committee, was close to 80%, which is a number unheard of. Importantly, these remissions were induced very rapidly. The time to onset of a first remission was less than a month.
And what about the depth of response and minimum residual disease?
Right. So the problem with many agents that we have available today is that they can lead to very good outcome, but don't really eradicate the disease. So with venetoclax, we have a different therapeutic paradigm here that is inducing very deep remissions rapidly. In fact, in this ultra-high-risk population on this trial, we actually had patients who became minimal residual disease MRD negative, which is something that we haven't experienced in this population ever before.
What is this telling us about the clinical potential of using venetoclax then in this setting, very high-risk disease?
This is as I said, the first result ever achieved in that population. We can get rid of the disease. In particular, it can lead to the development of finite treatment durations. So not endless therapy, but only limited duration treatment, which is obviously desirable to the patient.
So what should cancer doctors be thinking about this right now?
So in CLL, I think it is very critical before you institute treatment to test for 17p deletion and TP53 mutation, and then guide your patient to the appropriate therapy, which today is not chemotherapy anymore.
Does it look as if there will be a new standard of care?
Several lines of evidence argue in favor of the fact that the new standard of care in the future may go away from chemotherapy, certainly from chemotherapy alone as an option for the patient.
The take-home message for doctors?
Be aware of the new developments, take care of your patients, and it's great times. If you have to have CLL, it is better to live with CLL today than ever before.